Good day. Our topic for today is how to input data in SPSS. All right. So basically, we are going to use this task questionnaire so that we will be able to input the information here, okay, in our SPSS. Okay. So here in SPSS, you have the data view wherein you input your data, obviously, and in the variable view, you're going to put here the variables that you have on your questionnaire. So let us see. Okay. On the first part of our test questionnaire, we have the demographic profile. So this is composed of age, sex, and civil status. All right. So let us start with age. Okay. So here in the variable view, you put here age. Okay. And enter. By the way, if you input here on this first column, okay, special characters are not allowed, spaces are not allowed, okay? So you can use code or acronym here, and then you just put here on the label, what does it mean? But since age doesn't have any special character or space, so you just put age, okay? At this point, so this is the decimal point, okay, that will be indicated. So our age doesn't have any decimal points, so we just can put 0 here, okay? Here in the values, all right, so as you can see, there are ranges of age here, okay? So the first is 46 years old and above, okay? Then you have 41 to 45, 36 to 40, 31 to 35, 26 to 30, and 21 to 25. We can actually put code, numerical code here, okay? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we're going to use this code here in the values of our age. Okay, let us try. So you just need to click these 3 dots. Okay, and then we're going to assign the value. All right. So the first value is 1, which is 21 to 25 years old. So you can copy this. Okay, the value is 1. The label is 21 to 25 years old, and then click add. Okay. The second value is 2, 26 to 30 years old. Okay, put it here. All right, then add. The third value is 31 to 35 years old. Okay, so this is 3. All right, and then add. The fourth value is 4, 36 to 40 years old. All right, and then click add. And the fifth one is 41 to 45 years old. Okay, and click add. And the last one over here is 46 years old and above. And then you just have to click add again and then click OK. All right, so we have now our values over here. Okay, the next composition of our demographic profile is the sex. So you put here sex. All right, so since we have 2 classifications, male and female, let us assign code, 1 for male, 2 for female. Okay, so again, so click the values. Okay, 1 is for male, second one is for female. Okay, and then okay. Okay, the third is, all right, civil status. So we have single, okay, married, separated, and then divorced. All right, so we're just gonna put this civil status values in our SPSS. All right. Okay, so same procedure as we just have to put here civil status. Okay, remember, okay, spaces are not allowed, so I did not put any space here. I just make it civil status with no space in the middle. All right, so what are the values that we have? Okay, so okay. So the first one is, okay. So we have here, the first one is single, second is married, right? Okay, put the values. One is single, then add. Two is married, and click add. Okay. The third is separated, and the fourth is widow or widower. Separated, and then widow or widower. So since our demographics are actually nominal data, so age could be scale. The sex is actually our nominal data. Okay. And our civil status is also nominal. All right. So we can now proceed with the next part of our questionnaire. Okay. So the second part of our test questionnaire is the self-esteem rating scale. So as you can see, the scales here is made up of 1 to 7 points, all right? Wherein 1 means never, 2 is rarely, 3 a little of the time, 4 some of the time, 5 a good part of the time, 6 most of the time, and 7 is always. So these will be the answers or the options that we can put in the pool of items that we have here. We have actually, all right, 40 items, okay? So we can start with this one, okay? Item 1 could be I1, okay? Item 2 could be I2, right? Item 3 could be I3, right? So it's up to you whatever code you're going to use here, okay? As long as you will be able to remember, or you can put labels here. What does this code mean? All right. So remember, the answers for items 1 to 40, okay, will be from this scale. Okay, so this will be the value that we are going to put in our values over here. Okay, so let's start with item 1. So first value is 1, okay, which means never. Okay, second value is 2, which means rarely. Click add. And then 3 a little of the time. Okay, then 4 would be some of the time. And add. 5 would be a good part of the time. Okay, 6 is most of the time. Add. And then 7 is always. Add. And then okay. Alright, so since we already know how to put values here in our item number 1, that is what you're supposed to do with all the items that you have, okay? So remember, how many items do we have? Okay, so 1, 2, okay, 40 items. So you're going to put here I1, I2, I3 until item 40, so that would be I40. Okay, so you should also remember that you have to put the values, okay, same values that we put here. Okay, remember the scaling in our questionnaire until the item number 40. So when we take a look in our data view, okay, so you will see all the variables that we have listed down in our variable view. Age, sex, civil status, item 1 until item 40 supposedly. So it's here on the top, okay? And then this is where we input the responses or the data that we gather from our respondents. So these numbers could represent the number of respondents we have. Let's say, for example, your respondent number 1 is, let's say he is 27 years old. So he belonged to this code, okay, the 2, number 2 code, because he belonged to this range, 27 years old. So you put here 2, okay? And then, how about the sex? Let's say, for example, he is a male. So remember, the code that we gave is 1 for male. So you put here 1, okay? And let's say he is married. So the code that we put for married is 2. So we put here 2. And then let's say, for example, for item number 1, so this is the first item, and it says that I feel that people would not like me if they really knew me well. So his answer, let's say, for example, is most of the time. That would be 6. Put here 6. Okay. And same goes with the second item. Whatever his answer, you put it here. Let's say 3. This is 5. This is 4. Okay. And so on until item number 40. So that would be for the first respondent. This is for your second respondent. Okay, let's say, for example, your second respondent is 31 years old. Okay, so 31 years old goes with code 3. So you put here 3. Okay, she is a female, so our code is 2. She is single, so we put 1. And then let's say, for example, her answers for item 1 is 7, item 2 is 2, item 3 is 4, and so on and so forth. So you just have to input all the data here, okay, until the last number of your respondents. So let's say you have 25 respondents. So you're gonna finish all the data here until item 40. Okay, so that would be all. Thank you for listening.